You ain't got to worry about getting them again next year. Them shits ain't gonna happen because it's like, and I'm in a little bit. I feel, I mean, of course, I don't give a damn about the NFL, but I kind of do feel bad because it's like, damn, the Redskins got all these national TV games. They got a Christmas Day game, and you don't even got your star quarterback. And that kind of go into the conversation when I was just sitting here saying with Marcus, where it's like, no, you kind of got to invest money on a solid backup because it's like. The difference between, I guess, football and basketball, because if this was basketball, like, all right, cool, if Luka don't play, you still got LeBron on Christmas Day. But you sit here saying, like, now they got this Cowboys and Commanders game, and you don't got Jayden Daniels. It's kind of like, this shit is almost like, it's like, what's the point? And I understand why they did it, because he kind of caught the league by storm last year, and they didn't have no national TV games. And you talking about last year, he was looking like a top 5 quarterback, like in the league, he was looking like a top 5 quarterback. And people was arguing that he was a top 5 quarterback. So I understand why they got so many national TV games, but now it's kind of like, damn, they got all these national TV games and just been literally wetting the bed every day because he ain't playing. Come on, Derrick Henry, put this motherfucker in the bed, nigga. Let's go, Big King Henry.
That's why this game got changed.
I mean, yeah, because of course, because this was probably realistically supposed to be a 1:00 game. I'm sure they probably wasn't
supposed to be Cincinnati and Miami.
Yeah, so I mean, which makes sense. Real quick, you change it because this is realistically a playoff game.
But you saying what changed that?
No, I'm just talking about how the Washington Commanders realistically next year ain't going to probably get no national TV games. One, because they stunk up the place, and then Jayden Daniels can't fucking stay healthy. They ain't gonna get no. They probably won't. They may get one game.
No, they won't get them.
How? Nigga, every national TV game that they had this year, he didn't play in none of them, I don't think. Maybe one. Come on, Henry. Take that nigga to church.
That's what I think they still going to. They don't give them the games.
I'm telling you, a reason why I'm gonna say they not. I'm gonna tell you the reason why they not. One, because you gotta think about it. Look at the rest of his class. And this is so crazy, just how just wild the sports is. Because Caleb Williams played like shit last year. What's the nigga in Denver? He played like he kind of. I ain't gonna say he played like complete ass. He was okay, but I'm saying this year, all of them niggas is in the MVP conversation. Maybe Caleb Williams not just because they kind of like it. Just people ain't.
Bo Nix is,
but Bo Nix is definitely in the MVP conversation. Shit, just what's his nigga Drake May? He had all of them niggas came in the same draft class.
No, he didn't. Drake May was for that.
No, he was in their draft class. You tripping? He had to be.
He wasn't a rookie last year.
I'm almost 100% positive. Let me put it in real quick. What's this Drake?
He was with Cam Newton and them.
What you mean, Drake man? How many years he been in here? 23.
Yeah, he came with because it was Mac Jones. Yeah,
Mac Jones was there before him. That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That was like 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It was last year. Nigga, I knew I wasn't tripping.
Drake May wasn't.
Yes, nigga, 2024. Yes, I knew I wasn't tripping. Nigga.
That's the one from
Nigga, you thinking about Mac Jones. That's my point. You think about Mac Jones, they a bunch of white boys for the Patriots. You think about Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones played for the 49ers now. But yeah, it was Drake May. I know I'm not tripping. Nigga, that whole draft. That whole draft. Listen, I'm just saying, that whole draft class was playing like ass last year, and all of them niggas is in the playoffs and leading their division.
I thought Drake May had an extra year on them.
No. This was last year. All of them. So it was Bo Nix. It was Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jayden Daniels. And Jayden Daniels was last season ahead and above the whole entire class. Of course, like I said, Bo Nix was kind of there. They were trying to like sit here and even throw around a little bit, but his team record wasn't as good as the Commanders. So it was no way in hell he could have got Rookie of the Year over Jayden Daniels. So, but again, with all that being.
He was playing well.
No, he was playing well. And if his team would have probably had a better record, they probably realistically, they would have tried to give it to him.
Because they started off with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, of course.
They started off with Russell Wilson. So that was kind of, with
all of that. So again, like I said, just shout out, but that's just how crazy sports is. And again, like I said, just turning it back into the DMV and kind of leading up to the Christmas Day game. I didn't even know that this was even on the table, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't even think. No, you missed what I'm talking about. I'm talking about backyard playing.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I told you they were supposed to be playing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good day, my people. Sadly to inform you, family fans, that we will not be performing at the Northwest Stadium on Christmas Day at the Plaza. Third party has got us kicked off. This don't have nothing to do with backyard or the Commanders, man. 2026, things have to change, man. My band canceled travel plans for the holidays, canceled clients. Out-of-town people bought tickets for our super tailgate before we perform at the Plaza. Lobster tails, the list goes on. We put in big, or we didn't pay for warm sweatsuits, hats, everything. To get kicked off is heart-wrenching to my stomach. A family grew up on this team as little kids, and we kicked off the show. Power tripping is bad, man. Real bad. Put them egos aside, man. I ain't did nothing but always push for my city. Anybody call me, I'm always there. But to get kicked off when we done did all this stuff, people done bought tickets from out of town, hotels and everything. And it was a Netflix special. Is that why you kicked us off? Is you ain't want us to get that bump? Oh, but guess what? I ain't even mad at you. I'ma just smile. I wish you well. I wish you power in all your endeavors. 2026. Yeah, that part. They gonna get hip to you. It's all right. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate you for doing this to me. It just made me stronger. But we won't be performing at Northwest Stadium on Christmas Day. That was my Super Bowl, baby.
And real quick, and like I said, I don't know who this woman is, and I don't know what type of pull she got or how she kind of can get back. Y'all took off of it.
She been doing it for a while.
So what? So is she the person who kind of was she organizing or something?
She's the one who booked him.
Oh,
she been doing it for a while.
So who's she replacing them with?
Plug in.
Another band?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
They called Northeast, and they called, I guess, Plug In is the band. I think that's the band, Plug In Band. And they turned their credentials over in an hour. From this city, whatever the case may be, there's no way you should have made it happen. I don't care what it was. You should have made it happen. There's no way you had to make that happen. I just wish I had just had a open field or whatever. I just wish you know how much money just people just would have came just off of the strength of that. Just backyard. It's backyard Commanders and Cowboy game. Do you know how many, even if that even like I said, you got to buy a game ticket to go where they're going to play at anyway. You know how much, like I said, just people just being there just for that. A lot of people said, I was only going to come for backyard. Tailgate wise.
I like I said, yeah. So I get it, and I ain't disagreeing with it, but like I said, I'm not going to say and make it like my ears to the street on that one, but I'm not. It's the Redskins and the Cowboys, so I don't necessarily.
Everybody and their mother been played up there. And I want to say backyard played earlier this year. I think the beginning of the year.
I guess my only thing would be, my only advice for backyard, I would have kind of did even for that day. Because like I said, for me personally, I didn't know it was a thing because it's like, niggas know this Snoop performing at whatever the halftime joint is that he performing at. So I think
he's
even
performing like Mariah Carey. He's gonna be on. It's not gonna be at the game.
It don't matter. He's still gonna play it on Netflix.
Yeah, no, the backyard is playing before. It was before the game. It wasn't during halftime.
Oh, okay.
It was at the plaza.
But I'm just saying, even just to me personally, if I was backyard, I think you should have tried to find a way to finesse it with Wale.
No,
like that to me would have made more sense.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm saying this was it. To me personally, I feel like this was out of somebody was in your ear or whatever the case may be. This, like I said, you can't ask for a bigger day. Yeah. And I get it. Like I said, some people have stigma, that little stunt on their name. Cool, but if you talk about for the city, for the culture, whatever the case may be, this is perfect. That's perfect. You talking about backyard, you talking about Redskins versus Cowboys. You can't get no bigger than that.
Yeah, I think just realistically, they still should have. If I'm backyard, just my ace in the hole would have been to have Wale. I kind of would have promoted it. I would have figured out how to try to actually get on Netflix and get it. Because of course, Wale is not nowhere near as big as Snoop or Post Malone or any of those things. But I do think that it could have been a cool. Because Wale is plugged in with sports enough that I think it would have been a cool little story to sit here and say Wale album just recently came out. You could have did Wale in backyard. Cowboys, Redskins. It would have made sense to me.
You're absolutely right. That would have made great sense right there. That would have made great sense. KD could have, like I said, if all pulled, and that's why I said I don't understand how they got pulled off of this show. Period. But I think that kind of just my critique, even with Go-Go as a whole, and then we can move on to something else. Is I think a lot of
bands, and this is just the honest truth, is not no shade. I think a lot of go-go bands just do a lot of nigga shit, because I think even for Big G to have as much pull as he had, for him to be who he is, and there's no way in hell you telling me you never put out a backyard project, especially even when we talking about Shy Glizzy last week, for as successful as the DMV has a lot of successful artists. It don't matter if y'all want to claim them or not. From Corday, it's not a artist from Rico Nasty, Corday, Raheem Devon, Genuine, any Maya. It's not a person, because Big G is such a big deal, and Backyard is such a legendary thing. There's not one celebrity from the DMV area that Big G couldn't have called and got on an album. There's no way in hell you tell me we live in the day and age of digital, and you sitting here telling me the Backyard don't have an album with a bunch of like celebrities. Like, that don't even make sense to me. Like, how to, like, that shit don't even make, it's like sometimes niggas just do too much. Y'all just want money. You just want to take money, but you're not putting nothing back in to grow your shit. Where this would have kind of almost would have been undeniable, and it would have made perfect sense if you would have sit here and already been in pocket and working on making your brand a household name. I think a lot of bands, that's one of the, to me, my biggest critique about go-go bands is like, niggas is just okay with just taking whatever little money you get through the weekend. Like, that shit to me is just like
that. I will agree with you on that part, because, like I said, even when it comes to, like I said, because it's the streaming platforms now, Backyard hadn't put out a new album in God knows how long, even before the pandemic. They put out stuff before the pandemic, but it's not even on Apple Music. You're absolutely right about that one, because, like I said, everybody else is putting it out, but that's the only one who hasn't put out nothing. Since
even just for the strength,
whatever the joint he had with DTLR, was the Antidote or whatever, that was the last one he put out.
Yeah, that was, like you said, before the pandemic. You talking about damn near 6 years ago. Like, that's ridiculous.
Hello was the But I like I said, that whole situation, it was off of, from what I was saying, it was off of the credentials. They didn't send in the pictures. And like I said, I feel like that's crazy for you to say. And I would have, just me being from the DM, I would have made sure it happened. There's no way I could have seen